Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing my review of the Scorch trials. Now there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't read this, don't watch it. Sorry, I'm not liable for being spoiled by someone. I hate when people spoil books, so spoiler warning. Okay, so the Scorch trials basically starts where we let off, where the kids, Thomas, Minho, all of the Gladers are basically put in this like safe house where they think the maze is over. They think they are finally going to combat Wicked, and these people take them in, and they're like, we're the good people. Don't worry, we'll like save you, and we'll feed you and stuff. So they're fed, clothed, and they get a good night's sleep, and they wake up, and they hear these terrible noises, and people like screaming, and it's the Cranks. Now the Cranks are people who have been affected with the flare. Now the flare is basically the flare is this disease where it basically like messes with your mind. And basically what happens is you have tons of oozes and sores, and you basically die a horrible death. So these kids basically get injected with the flare virus by Wicked. And so yeah, just to give them extra motivation. So basically Wicked says, you have 2 weeks to find a cure, and we're going to put you in this place. And you have 2 weeks to find it. And if you don't find it, then you die. So all the Gladers, like Minho, Thomas, Newt, all band together and try to find this cure. So interesting. One aspect I want to talk about is Teresa and Thomas. Teresa and Thomas, they do have an interesting relationship just because they are able to communicate telepathically. It's really interesting to see their relationship. They're definitely a favorite of mine. I do like their relationship. I think it's really sweet. I really like how they can communicate telepathically. And so yeah, so in this book, their relationship is definitely put through the ringer. It's just hard because when we first get there, Teresa's put into a separate room. She's separate from the boys. Then when they wake up, Teresa's gone. She's nowhere to be found, and Thomas is freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. And one of the things is there's like this brick wall that's been put around the house, and tons of dead bodies everywhere, strung up. And these dead bodies are the people who helped them. So it's really interesting. Like, these people are freaking out because they're like, what's going on? I thought the maze was done. What is Wicked? Why is Wicked doing this to us? Yeah, so basically the first half of the book, we don't see Teresa. Thomas does eventually meet Teresa, but Teresa has basically been brainwashed. Wicked basically separates her and puts her into Group B. Now, Group B is the girls who are put through the maze and who have survived. The Gladers are Group A, and the girls are Group B. And yeah, so when he finally finds Teresa, Teresa's like, "Get away from me! Why are you talking to me? I don't even know you. Like, what's going on?" And what's happened is Wicked says, you have to be really cruel to Thomas to make him feel worthless, or else we're going to kill him. If you don't do this, he's dead. So Teresa's put in a really awkward position. And the one sad part was whenever they're up in the mountains, and Teresa and the girls go to the boys, and they're like, "We're taking Thomas to kill him. Like, if you fight with us, I'm just going to hit him again." And Teresa physically like abuses Thomas, and this part just like broke my heart, just to see this girl who's basically a pawn in someone else's game, and she's forced to hurt someone that she deeply loves, or else he dies. And so they basically put him in this chamber, and the good news is that Thomas is not killed. It was all a test to see if she would really fall through it, and Thomas really does feel worthless. Thomas is really upset. Thomas is like, what is going on? Why are you doing this? And Teresa's just very cruel and like, get in the box, like, stop talking. Like, very cruel to him. And experiencing I have experienced, not to the level in this book, but kind of like manipulation, like people just messing with your head and forcing you to do something that you don't want to do. And so yeah, so of course Thomas is furious. He's like, I can never trust this girl again. What's going on? So yeah, and so of course Thomas is like, I'm done with you. I don't want anything to do with you, which breaks my heart because they were so close and I really liked them together. And he's just frustrated with her. And Teresa's like, no, you like don't understand. Like, I was forced to do this. And Thomas is just like, I can't trust you anymore. So I hope that their relationship gets resolved in the Death Cure, the last book, but I'm not really sure how it'll go. Okay, so we get introduced to new characters. We have Brenda and Jorge. Now, Brenda and Jorge are basically people who, Wicked, like, everyone has this virus, has been deposited into this, like, podunk city, where it's basically deserted. Like, the flare, before the flare, there was tons of, like, sun flares that just destroyed, like, a ton of the city. And so they're basically put in this place where it's really creepy, and there's not a lot of food, and there's cranks who are basically beyond help, running mad. And they meet these two people, and Jorge and Brenda are like, we're going to help you survive this place, but you have to take us to get the cure as well. So Thomas, he's unsure whether or not Wicked will agree to this, but he's like, these people have helped us, so I'm fine, I'm game for it. Jorge is interesting because he speaks, he is Hispanic, and he uses a lot of, like, Hispanic terms. We don't get a whole lot of interaction with him. I'm kind of undecided about his character. Brenda is a big character in this book. Brenda comes from a place where she's really open with her feelings, open with her touch and emotions. So she is basically trying to cozy up to Thomas and gives him lots of affection. And Thomas is just like, whoa, like, what are you doing? I barely know you. I already have a girl. Like, stop, showing me affection because I'm just not into you. And so to see his heart with Teresa, he instantly thinks Brenda's there for me. And I'm just like, no, like, come on, dude. Like, I know Teresa's hurt you, and I know it's really hard to forgive someone, but Brenda, to me, just kind of annoys me. I don't really like her character, just because she's, I don't know, I'm a big Teresa and Thomas fan, so I don't want to see her with Thomas, obviously. So yeah, so another thing I liked was, they basically, just all of the characters evolve, like Thomas, Winston, Newt, Minho, they're all so lovable characters, but they're strong and determined, and they're going to fight for what's right. So this book definitely kept me guessing. I was just like, what is going on? Like, why? But I really liked this book. I'm so excited to read The Death Cure. I cannot wait to see, hopefully, something happy happens for once. Because I just feel like this book has been like one depressing thing after another. But yeah, so again, what did you think of what did you think of the Scorch Trials? Did you like it as much as The Maze Runner? Are you excited for The Death Cure? Yeah, let me know. What are your thoughts about Teresa's betrayal of Thomas? What are your thoughts about Brenda? Let me know. Again, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.